What's up, guys? Hope you guys. Shit. Here we go. Sorry about that. Uh, what is up? Hope you guys doing fine. Sorry for the delay. I just forgot to turn on the camera. Hope you guys doing good. Let's just quickly cover today's trading day, Friday, end of the week. It was pretty It was pretty okay, I would say. Overall, I'm happy um about the movements, the news events. Monday, Tuesday was a little bit shit, slow, choppy. Price action was like accumulating and building up some liquidity for the rest of the week and for FOMC and unemployment and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it was I was preparing for this kind of movements. What the fuck? But yeah, it is what it is. We made the absolute maximum out of it, and I'm just overall fine with the week. Let's just cover today's trading day. It was I was kind of having a mixed feeling because rather than sticking to like a concrete bias in the beginning, because I was looking at the chart, and even though bullish PD arrays were being respected, um, I didn't have the most the clearest view or the clearest bias about going bullish or going long or looking for long opportunities. um I was like, let's see how market opens and market and price reacts after opening, since we didn't have any kind of news today. um Sometimes it happens with me that I have a clear bias and a clear super clean plan that I'm waiting for, and I'm waiting for the execution of that plan, and I'm just waiting for price uh, to reach that level where I am planning to enter a trade. Today was different, though. It happens with me sometimes. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this feeling when you have a feeling where price is going to go, but you cannot decide where price is going to go first. Or I know it sounds stupid and it sounds really amateur, but amateur. So that. But it is what it is. I was pretty bullish on the day, but I had this 15-minute fair value gap marked out in the beginning of the day, or like not beginning of the day, but throughout the morning time. I just marked this 15-minute fair value gap in the morning during like late London session, and I was like, we were like pretty far, like we were like somewhere here. And by that time, bullish PD arrays were being respected, for value gaps on the higher time frames also. And I was like, okay, for sure we're not gonna go down to these, for example, these data lows, sorry, news lows, which were created by FOMC on Wednesday. um I was kind of expecting to clear out London lows. I was not expecting price to make this big movement and then just continue to the upside. I was low key expecting to take some like more serious liquidity pool in order to fuel the bullish movement. I was constantly checking ES also for SMTs maybe, but we didn't even come close to New York Open. Usually, I mark this level out. This level also, New York Midnight Open. Sorry if I'm, like sneezing or coughing, but I feel a little bit off today. My throat is just not as it used to be. Yesterday, I think I got cold or something like that. Or, anyways, so I was, even though I was bullish, but when I saw these movement during like as you can see like 6 7 a.m. and pre-market opened at 8:30, and I saw this movement, slow movement, and this slow climb up to this 15-minute fair value gap, but it was constantly being respected. Maybe on the smaller time frame it's more visible. I'm just gonna, yeah, it's just much better for me. So yeah, we went here. We were like constantly respecting this for val gap, and I assumed that okay, even market open was not that like how to say that, it was not that volatile. So we opened, we went here, we just just touched the top of this 15-minute fair value gap, and we started to react off of it. I had a nice, I think it was even 5 minutes fair value inversion here. So we opened, and I was kind of, I was really disappointed in myself, since yesterday I made mistakes too, actually. um and I just almost made the same mistake today also, and I was pretty mad, like, for myself, that I should have waited for much much longer. So I had, no, I think it was 5 minutes. So I marked it out, and I had it. I'm not gonna mark it out now, but because it's okay, I'm gonna delete this one. So I know you. I think you understand that this was a 15-minute farewell gap. We reacted off of that. We had a nice. I think it was a 5 minute farewell gap inversion somewhere around here. As you can see, I sold on this candle, and I was targeting. I had these double bottom liquidity. I think it was, yeah, this one and this one. I think it's 6 a.m. lows. Yeah, 6 a.m. lows. So hourly lows, and this shit. What the fuck? You good? Okay. So I had these hourly lows here. I had this double bottom here. I had New York mid. It's not a target for me. I just sometimes expect price to, if we have such, like, we open somewhere in New York midnight, and we have like such a big movement to the upside or such a big movement to the downside, I usually expect price, if we are like, for example, if we are bullish and market, like New York midnight was here and we went above, like way above during the day, I expect price to come a little bit closer to midnight open to just kind of rebalance a little bit. And vice versa, if we are bearish, I expect price to come a little bit closer to midnight open and then go and continue the bearish movement. um, I mean, we came closer, but not that close here. Closer than we were during like pre-market and end of London session, but not that close as I expected, because London lows were here, so we are pretty far away from London lows. ES did the same almost. ES maybe, I'm not maybe. ES made a lower low here, like a lower low, but reversed also. That's why I'll explain this. As you can see, I took off my position here a little bit earlier on this week, because I had these marked out on ES as well, these levels on ES as well, and ES already swept out these and started to reverse. And I decided, because I took a loss also. That's, I'm gonna explain also. So I took two trades today, one win, one lose, and I made $676 on the day. I lost some. I made a bigger, like, I covered my loss and the profit also. um, Pretty annoying that I made the same mistake again as I made it yesterday. But somehow I felt like this New York Open and the rejection of the 15-minute fair value gap and this inversion on the like 5 minute fair value gap inversion by the time we inverse that fair value gap, and as you can see, there is, it's not because it already mitigated, but on the 5 minute there was one. I marked that out and I was waiting for that to be inversed, and I executed on the 1 minute time frame. Sorry for that, but I don't know, it's allergy and I got cold also, and my throat is super shit, so I'm just gonna speed this up because I feel like it's getting really dry, and it's hard to speak. So we had this nice rejection of this 15-minute fair value gap. I had a nice 5 minute fair value gap, which got inversed on the lower time frame as well. So I entered because I, I usually, not usually, I always, and it's kind of like I'm spitting into my own face when I'm saying this, but I always wait for some key level to be swept, to mitigate, to like, I wait for price to interact, let's put it that way, with these key areas or key levels or PDRAs such as fair value gaps or order blocks or session high, session lows in the opposing direction. So, for example, in order for me to take a long, I I'm waiting for price to go deeper, mitigate a key level, but for me a key level was not here, not this this hourly low here, even though ES hit this. So ES came lower, and then ES just reversed straight away, and we hit yesterday's highs. So we broke all-time highs again, basically. So I could have waited, like, I was thinking about to go for, like, look for long opportunities, but I was not that sure because, as I said, I don't really like to trade all-time highs because that's just, how to say that, like, some, like, kind of an unknown, territory, or unknown price action, what's gonna happen, where price is going. You can use the Fibonacci extension, but I don't really like not using the Fibonacci extension, but to trade, or but to, like, predict price to go or at that certain level, or like, expand to that point exactly. As you can see, as soon as we hit all-time highs from yesterday, we immediately reversed. So yeah, ES was making a lower low. ES swept out this 9 a.m. low here, hourly lows here. Nice liquidity pool, to be honest. NQ started to make a higher high, and I could have, entered on an inversion somewhere here, but honestly, I was not looking for that one. I was looking for something else, but that didn't happen. I got fucked. I got stopped out. Uh, I put my stop loss just here because I entered here, so I didn't want to use that much of a stop, or that big of a stop. And obviously, I need to, keep myself to my risk management. So I'm not risking more than 0.5 or 1%. 1% is like, sometimes it's even big for me. I don't like risking too much when it's this. What I told you, if I'm not having like a clear bias, and the plan and the execution plan, and everything is clear, and I'm just basically waiting for price to reach that level and then reverse, because I have such a, strong bias, and such a strong, conviction that it's gonna happen. I use not bigger risk, but more contracts, or like more loose stop. But today I was like, I didn't really feel like price action today, not price action today, but the whole pre-market and the open itself, it's just not what I like, to be honest. So I had this inversion here. I entered short. I was targeting these lows, the double bottom, and the 6 a.m. hourly low here, because that was like much more better, not on this time frame, but it was looking much more better, than this one here. um that's fine. I mean, I was early. I was not waiting for price to hit a key level first. um but by the time I was about to get stopped out, I just realized I was fucking dumb again. I was rushing the process. I wanted to see price action moving much faster than it was actually moving. So, oops, that is fine. So I got stopped out, and we hit a key area. We hit actually it's a key area for me. It's like a PD array for me, and not PD array, but like all time highs from yesterday. We hit all time highs, and we started to like price action was just already weak. So I saw the opportunity that okay, we're not gonna continue to be bullish for now because we need to get some more liquidity from the sell side because we cleared out all the buy side, and in order to be bullish on the day, like continue this bullish order flow, first of all we need to clear out some of the sell side as well, because it's just what it is. And as you can see, it's beautiful, bro, beautiful. This was a dumb mistake again. This was a dumb mistake again here because I was not waiting for price to hit all-time highs first or hit. Actually, if I were looking for like a strong bullish setup or a long setup, and if I would have been like super 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 biased that it's gonna go up straight away. I mean, it did, but that was not my thinking. That was not my logic, or I just didn't want to see that. I wanted to see the other way around. So yeah, I should have checked ES to go lower. ES took out these 9 a.m. lows here and started to reverse. Then NQ immediately reacted and started to move faster than ES. So ES was the lagging index between these two. That's completely fine. That's okay. I was a bit pissed because not because I got a lose or I lost, but because I made a mistake and I was pissed that yesterday I made a mistake also. Today I made a mistake also. It's just such a learning week for me as well because I made so dumb mistakes that I'm not used to make, or I usually am not making these kind of mistakes. Anyway, I got stopped out, but after that we hit all-time highs. We reacted like, as you can see, Vic perfectly. We reacted off that level, and we started to reverse from that point. I had a nice 5 minute for value gap. I'm switching on the 5 minute here. So I had a nice 5 minute for value gap after the mitigation of this, or take we basically we swept out all-time highs from yesterday, and we started to reverse slowly. That was slow. I'm telling you, that was slow movement. It happens super slowly. I mean, not ours, but as you can see, we reacted out that at this level, and we started to chop around, chop around, chop around, and we finally inverse this fair value gap. Loki, I was expecting this fair value gap to be disrespected or inversed, because I had such a strong bias that we need to take out at least this double bottom because it's such a strong draw on liquidity. Whenever you see double bottom or double top or equal highs, equal lows, that is super strong draw on liquidity. Obviously, you need to see the whole picture, so it's not like, oh, I see an equal highs and we're super super bellish. So if you see like a triple top or equal highs stacked upon each other, like 3 4, maybe even 5, but when you're super bearish, don't go and take longs because you see equal highs. It's You need to see the whole picture. I'm not saying that as soon as you see something which seems equal or whatever, you need to take that direction. No, but it strengthens your bias sometimes because it's a strong draw on liquidity. That's what I'm saying. So finally, I got inverse this 5 minute for value gap, and I finally realized that okay, this is my time, not this shit ass movement. We have a nice expansion. We left a big ass Fervale gap after that. We hit a key level and we started to reverse. Sorry, uh, we inverse this 5 minute Fervale gap, so this became inverse Fervale gap. I entered on the candle closure of this candle, and my original, I mean not original, my target was this double bottom here, relative double bottom. As you can see, this week is a bit longer than this one. My second target was this 6 a.m. hourly low, because for me London low was just no way we're gonna go all the way down, because overall overall price action was bullish, so I was not expecting price to just crash here and dump all the way to London. It was just to pick up some stops. So but I was expecting price to at least come pick up this last liquidity pool here, as we did here. I was expecting price to pick up this one here and then just continue the bullish run. I set my stop on break even at this point, as you can see. So I entered here. I was kind of shitting the bed here because I was like, no way I'm gonna get stopped out again. Because we made the lower high and the lower high, and I was like, if I was watching like shitting breaks, bro. I swear to God. I mean, it's fine if you get stopped out if you have a nice setup like this. It's not so nice if you are getting stubbed out and you realize you made a big ass mistake, a big ass mistake. That's a worse feeling, I guess. If you have a nice setup like this, a nice sweep or a mitigation of a key area, you have nice expansion, you have a nice fair value gap, especially if it's like a higher time frame fair value gap, not just a 1 minute or 30 second or whatsoever. It was a 5 minute fair value gap. For me, that's the most, that's the perfect one. I mean, I like 5 minute fair value gaps to be inversed or to get inversed, because for me it's such a strong one. For me that's the strongest. I mean, obviously a 15 minute or 30 minute inversion is even more significant, but as I'm an intraday trader, that's kind of whatever. uh, I'm not looking for super high time frame inversions because I just don't have the time for that. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes price action is super volatile. It can crash to even a 4 hour or a 1 hour for value gap as well. But I'm not looking for that kind of inversion as my entry. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I entered on the candle closure here. My target was these equal lows, and honestly, I put it here as well. But after I realized that 6 a.m. or that 6 a.m. hourly low was not that significant target, so I decided to I decided that this double bottom liquidity is gonna be my want only target. But I set my stop loss to break even at this point, because that was basically after New York Open. That maybe it's for me it's like not protected low point, but this sweep initiated this market structure shift, and basically this low point initiated the whole movement to the upside. So I was like, this is such a significant point for me, it might reverse, and it did a little bit. So I set my stop to break even, and as you can see, as soon as price hit this point, it started to reverse again. And look at this, bro. How close it got to my break even. And I was like, okay, I didn't get stopped out, but if I'm gonna get break even on this after this dumb mistake, swear to God, I was ready to smash something, maybe my face, something like that. I'm not so sure, but I was like, if I'm getting stopped out at break even, I just can't take it on a Friday because my weekend is off. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But anyway, I played it safe because I took a loss, especially a dumb loss, which could have been avoided. I set my stop to break even, and I was praying basically to God. But after this movement, this second movement, we nicely went down, and I was like, okay, this is the time we finally hit what I wanted to see. And look at this reaction. Look at this reaction. Look at that reaction, bro. Nice inversion here as well. After, it's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. And I just wanted to say, I mentioned that I took my position off earlier than the final TP. I took it here on this week because I was monitoring ES. I was monitoring ES, and I had the same levels marked out on ES chart, let's say. Um, and ES already took out those lows, and we were like here, and ES was already down here, and I saw bullish candles already appearing, and I was like, okay, I took a loss. My stop is at break even. I already covered my loss, and I'm in profit. So, and it's Friday, and we had no news and nothing, and I was like, I'm no way there. I'm gonna look for any kind of opportunities during PM session. So I decided to just close the whole position, and I closed it here. It could have been like $1,000 trade if I leave it until like here, but I closed around like 600 something, as I showed you earlier, like $676. I closed it earlier a little bit. I don't fucking care. So I covered my loss. I made some profit, also a nice amount of profit. uh, and I was completely fine with that. And as soon as I closed, I was watching on my phone because I was on the move already. um, so I closed my positions on the computer, and I was like ready to go. Uh, but I checked on my phone, and I saw this biggest spike up. I was like, "What the fuck, bro?" I was so happy that I closed that. Obviously, after this fake out, we reversed the gap. Not reversed, but we stayed bearish, and we hit this area on NQ as well. So not just ES, but NQ took out these double bottoms as well. I'm not so sure that it was a double bottom on ES, but almost. Anyway, super nice reaction. As you can see, Vic perfectly reacted on this level, this double bottom liquidity, and immediately started to reverse, like big ass move, big ass move. So overall, I'm happy. I made some mistakes again today. I was lucky, and I was able to recover from that loss. Um, but I'm gonna go through these trades. I'm gonna pick my uh, notebook, and I'm just gonna go journal and stuff like that. I'm gonna analyze these trades in a more deeper way, just for myself, because I'm not gonna do these mistakes again, hopefully. This was a big lesson today and yesterday also. I'm lucky, and not lucky, obviously it's not luck, but I'm super happy that I was able to recover from this loss. I picked my mental to put my mental together after this loss, and I was able to execute that I should have in the beginning. Or yeah, really nice trade to an almost 2.6 RR. It doesn't matter, the RR doesn't matter, don't get me wrong. But yeah, overall I'm happy with this week. Hope you guys like this week. Hope you guys had some nice profits. If not, don't you worry. Market is always there for you to offer good price action. You just need to be disciplined and patient. Hope you guys like this video. Wish you guys a beautiful weekend. Get some rest. Be safe and take care, guys. See you in the next video. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, comment, or don't do it at all. I'm just hoping that someone finds some value on these videos. So it's completely worth for me. Have a nice weekend, guys. See you. See you. See you.